Welcome to the Freshman Academic Planning Screencast. Today we are going to be talking about the graduation requirements for Maricosta High School. We're going to be talking about the various requirements for college eligibility. We're also going to look at a transcript and talk about how to interpret that. And then we'll talk about tips for becoming a strong college applicant. So first, let's go over the Maricosta graduation requirements. As you'll see here, the amount of credits that are needed and the amount of semesters you'll need to meet each requirement. The first requirement is English, which you need 4 years of English to make 40 credits. For Modern World History, those are 2 semesters, 1-year class for 10 credits. For U.S. History, it's 1-year class for 10 credits. Government is required, 1 semester class for 5 credits. Next is economics. That's a 1 semester class for 5 credits. Generally, government and econ are taken in your senior year. For math, you need 2 years. You must complete that first year of algebra, and you'll have 20 credits of math to graduate. For science, you need 1 year of a biological science. Typically, students would take biology to fulfill this requirement. And 1 year of a physical science, which generally students would take chemistry. Next is foreign language and performing arts. You need 1 year of either foreign language or performing arts to graduate, 10 credits. For PE, you need 2 years, 4 semesters, which is 20 credits. And then the last requirement for graduation requirements is health. This is a California state requirement. So you will complete either through fitness and nutrition in your 9th grade for 10 credits, or you'll do a standalone health class for 5 credits. Lastly are the electives. So let's say you need 85 credits of electives, but let's say that you've done additional math or additional sciences. Those will add up to your electives. So in order to graduate, you need 230 credits total. Next are the A through G requirements. These are the requirements that are needed for applying to college, specifically the UCs and the Cal State system. Most colleges will follow a similar pattern, but these sequence of classes must be completed to be eligible for a UC or a Cal State. So the first one, and a lot of them are similar to the graduation requirements, but there are a lot of differences. So if you're planning on applying to a 4-year college, you generally want to follow these. So the first one is history and social science. That is 2 years are required. For English, you need 4 years. For math, you need 3, but 4 is going to be recommended. For a lab science, you need just 2 years, but 3 would be recommended. For language other than English, you need 2 years and 3 is recommended. And remember, for graduation requirements, you didn't technically have to take both a foreign language and a visual and performing arts. However, for college eligibility purposes, you do have to take both. You'll see that there's 1 year of a visual and performing arts that's required, and 1 year of a college prep elective. For this college prep elective, if you went above in a math requirement, lab science, language other than English, you could use that as your college prep elective. You don't have to take a specific course for that college prep elective. All right, so let's talk about your GPA. So when you look at your transcript, you'll see that we have different GPAs. And we want to talk about the various differences. So private and out-of-state colleges will generally use your GPA from 9th to 12th grade. A lot of colleges will recalculate your GPA, not including maybe PE or various electives. But most colleges would look at 9th through 12th. Now, for the UC system and the Cal State system, they are actually only looking at your 10th and 11th grades. So for you guys, the 9th grade, although you need to fulfill these classes and you should do excellent in your classes, the 9th grade courses will not actually be included in your GPA, just for the Cal States and the UCs. You must fulfill, like I said, those A through G classes. And to be eligible to apply to a UC college, you need a minimum of a 3.0, although many of them are much more competitive than that. And for the Cal State system, you need a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. MiraCosta only weighs our AP courses on our transcript, not our honors courses. However, when you're applying to college, many colleges will recalculate and give you credit for those honors courses. MiraCosta also does not rank. So when you get to the point of applying for colleges, you will just simply state that MiraCosta does not rank. So let's talk about repeating a class. So this can get a little confusing sometimes. So let's go over a couple different scenarios too. So if you get a D or an F in an A through G class, that must be repeated for college admission eligibility. You need a C or higher. C minuses are fine for college. However, for graduation requirements, D's are passing. So let's give an example. If you got a D in English 10 first semester, would you need to retake that for A through G purposes? Yes, you would. Because a D in English, a required course, is not passing. So you would need to retake it and get a C or better. Now, would you need to retake it to graduate from MiraCosta if you're not planning on going to a four-year college? No, you would not need to retake that class. D's are passing for graduation, so there would be no need to repeat that if you were not applying directly to a four-year college. If you're wondering what classes are A through G approved at MiraCosta, you can go to this course list here and find out the various courses that will meet the A through G requirements. Now here's an example of a transcript so that you can see the various scenarios that I just gave you. So you can see this student got an F in a class. It looks like it was geometry. That class is worth 5 credits because the one semester is worth 5 credits. However, because the student got an F and Fs are not passing for graduation, that student did not get any credits for that class. Now you'll see down here though, they got a D, which is in a 5 credit class, and for graduation purposes, they will still get the 5 credits because Ds are passing for graduation requirements. If you look down here on your transcript at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that there are a lot of different GPAs, which can be kind of confusing. So that first GPA is the academic GPA 9 through 12. There is both a weighted and a non-weighted GPA. Like I mentioned, the weighted GPA will include any AP courses that you've taken. The middle GPA here is the academic 10th through 12th GPA. So when you're applying to Cal States and UCs, they will be looking closely at that GPA. Since you guys are in 9th grade, you don't have anything here yet, but it will add up as you go through MiraCosta. And then this last GPA is the total GPA 9 through 12. That includes all of the courses you've taken, so including health, PE, everything, whereas the academic GPAs are not taking that into account. You can also see your total credits down here below your GPA, so you can see how many credits you've completed. As long as you got a D or higher, you will get the credits for that class. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about how to become a strong applicant. So for many of you that will be looking at a four-year college, we really want to promote that balance is key. So you'll hear a lot about students taking a lot of challenging classes, and we certainly think that you should challenge yourself, but we want you to do it so that you're not going to overwhelm yourself. We want you to take classes that are academic challenging for you. Work at your own level. Try not to get too concerned with what your friends are taking and what they're doing. You figure out what those classes are that you enjoy and challenge yourself in the subjects that you're really passionate about. So if math and science are your thing, maybe that's the area that you want to challenge yourself and not in the other areas. We also want you to discover and develop your strengths and interests. Add activities to your plate that will help you grow. So find activities that you like pursuing, not that you think, everyone's involved in this, so I need to get involved. Find things that you really enjoy doing and pursue those. Commit to activities and go beyond the minimum. So commit to 3 or 4 years, whether that's scouts, sports, music, lessons, debate. MiraCosta offers so many different activities that you can find something to get involved in. Another option is to give back and make an impact. Get out and volunteer. Find things that fit your interest and schedule. Again, don't just go out and volunteer because you think you must do that to get into college. Find activities that fit what you want to do. So if you're somebody that's really passionate about working with animals and eventually you're thinking about applying to become a vet, maybe find a volunteer opportunity at a vet hospital, see if they're taking on interns. So again, finding that balance, finding those things that you're passionate about and pursuing them, and keeping that long-term commitment. A lot of times students, think that you need to go out and join every club, every sport, every team. That's certainly not the case. You really want to look at the quality of the activity and really giving time and attention to the activities versus the quantity of the activities that you're getting involved in. You don't have to be involved in everything to become a strong applicant. At this point, really, your academics are the priority. We want you to work hard in your classes, complete your missing assignments, your tests. It can add up quickly. So getting into a routine at this point will help you so much down the line. Again, like I said, challenge yourself in areas that you're passionate about. There is absolutely no need to take all of the honors in the AP classes that we offer. Well, it's simply impossible to at MiraCosta. Choose those subjects that you really enjoy learning about. Practice effective time management, strengthen your study habits. This will help you succeed even after high school. So really getting into the habit of this as a freshman will help you, while you're here at Costa and beyond. And then also make sure that you're seeking support if you need it. Talk to your school counselor. We have college and career counselors to help you create a plan if you're struggling. Everyone on this campus wants to see you succeed. So whatever your goal is, whatever your struggle is, please make sure that you're talking to us so we can help you along the way. And that is it from us. We look forward to meeting you. We welcome you to MiraCosta. And if you have any questions, our email addresses are here on the screen, or you're always welcome to come and visit us in the College and Career Center. Thank you.